Hello everyone and welcome back to Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles the First Mage, where we were just going through the library at Cradawgh. I'm going to go ahead and continue along with that with this bookshelf. We're still on the second floor, going upwards. Legends of Wizardry. Ancient. That was the tale. It has changed little over time. If the child can be guided toward his fate, he will become the first great mage, so be it. If he succumbs to the powers that dare to break prophecy, he is far more dangerous, left alive. The Council and the Plane have little defense against a powerful sorcerer gone mad. There can be only one concern for the community of wizards at this time. Find the unnamed one, and if he cannot be joined, do what must be done. This is... That's bad news. This is bad news. That's what that is. Modern. Midnight. I had a long talk with Majo. I asked him some questions about these ghosts he seemed to see, and he opened up to me at once in describing the creature and its messages. Majo spoke as if he believed what he was saying, but when I asked Majo why he might be haunted, our conversation became strained. A wave of fear crossed his face. He said like this: "We are unsure. We go on by instinct," as if he were speaking like a mage, or for a group of people. Everything plural, doubled. I wish I had written it down exactly as he said it. This is how unsettling his words were, and yet he could not stop himself. Soon his wife came by, and also his keeper. They... Forbidden. The spirit will never destroy me. I have created the black heart, and it is hidden in the bog. My true nature will undo them, as it undoes the unnamed one in Terminor. Every day he fades while I become more powerful. The spirit can do nothing to me. Interesting. Unseen. Have appeared as a mist, however Ogam was not a mist. Remember, the current of magic surrounding a plane vibrates much like a musical string. This string, if you like, has by now been wound about this plane many, many times. Think of each loop vibrating at a different rate, each with higher and lower frequencies, subdividing and dividing the space surrounding the plane into a constantly changing pattern of hills and valleys of magical vibrations. Now consider Ogam and consider Majo. Consider their differences, their similarities. Interesting. Close this book. Plural. Speaking as if there were two people there. Same book. Yes. What was that? Part of the shelf is covered. Let's go upstairs. Or actually, we probably still haven't explored the shelf over here. No, indeed. That's just the same guy, and there's nothing on that shelf. And just to be sure that we got over here, we didn't, in fact, so we should. Nothing there. Alright, so now we can go upstairs and see what there is to read up there. Go this way to start. Here we go. These are the books of wizards. I believe a few of them are missing, so I'm going to definitely try this again at some point. Ferris. Need be so naked. I think this is unwise. As the school splits, we are all in danger. And should the prophecy be true, our division may spell the end of us all. What better protection than the guise of riddles, the mystery of the cards, the ability to dress my observations in the cloak of what may be? Who could fear me? Who would not give up their secrets? So I will be the jester to Bowden, Audra, and Shamsuck's more serious personalities. I'll travel, and if the unnamed child exists, then surely someone will come to me wanting to know more and telling all in return. This is the Okay, Ferris is apparently not to be trifled with. He's, playing these people. Ardra. See that there are larger forces at work. Instead, they allow a trivial election to drive the council apart. Therefore, my first act will be to make clear to you all the need for unity as we move forward into a time that is at once perilous and mysterious. Do not let our enemies find us divided. There is still the need for... Bowden. It's all over. Ardra has taken the school. Cradawgh has gone back to the boats and his island, and Shamsuk is lost in his heart of hearts. Varys is to stay with me for a time, although he says he has some work to do, which may take him away also. I sense he is putting some unusual restraint upon himself. Who knows when or how we will all stand together. None of us says a word about the other's operations. It may be that we never shall. In the end, we all turned out so differently. Sad times for the wizards. Same thing with that. Whoops. This is the Wizard School Library, open to wizards, magicians, and sorcerers. What are you doing here? Thank you for visiting the Wizard School Library. Goodbye. What? What am I doing here? I'm just browsing. There's no casual reading material here. Try the manuscript stalls in the market. Goodbye. What a very rude book. Looking for Sorbello's treatise on glowworms. Sorry, out of print. Try Fishmongers at Port Said. Goodbye. And, studying for the big exam in spellcasting. You cannot find the answers to a spellcasting exam here. Those answers lie deep within yourself, within your magic. In other words, beat it. Okay. Interesting. These are the enchantments of the naming wizards. The spell of the name. The magic records, there are even such names as Rollhead and Blessed. This practice of using names as those that are true is of course dangerous and ill-advised. Should every farm wife in the land call up a cloud of energy simply asking her children into dinner? For this reason, the following letters have been removed from the ordinary alphabet. These are Wow, Tui, Ye, Mir, Fear, Ulk, Sidv, both Gi and Ig, Kim, Du, Vib, Jil, Iu, Zin, Bim, F, Bin, and Zich. From now on, true names may only be composed of these sounds. Rather, only true names, I would suspect, may be composed of these sounds. The spell of the merge. And in another place. In places where a force may pass from one plane to the next one, spinning vortex and its counterspin are theoretically on opposite sides of the same gate to and from a plane. By expanding the points of each vortex and decreasing the distance between the two, the effect gained would be the same as if the wizard had projected a force between this plane and the next. Once touching, the vortices would then spin into one single balanced and counterbalanced rotation, a quite stable arrangement, and the gate would close. In his last lecture before retirement, the wizard Cradawgh went on to hypothesize. So, merging. The spell of the spirit. And Cradawgh took his seat. After a moment he resumed his lecture. There is no time to lose. The unfortunate man may track his spirit, may trace it, may capture it or kill it, so to speak, but unless he receives the creature itself, he cannot find no safety in his actions. I urge you all to go and find this form. Remember to approach between the hours of noon and sunset when spirits are at their weakest. Swift action on our part may prevent the total collapse of the victim. His diary alone is enough to prove my point. There was a moment of silence. Then one of the students approached the wizard. The scholar's face was greatly pained. She... Oh dear. She... Who would it be that would be greatly pained by that lecture? She... Very curiouser and curiouser. I think that's it for the library at the moment. Now that we're done in here, I'm gonna go downstairs and start heading toward the funeral, which is overdue. I imagine, carrying this corpse around. I guess we would have set it down in the meantime. We probably left it in a room in the school someplace. I'm gonna try this door. Hey, it works. And what do we have in here? We have a portal. And it is by this portal that we realize how, well, probably not how Cradawgh reached the island, but this leads back to Cradawgh's Isle. Which is neato. Nothing in here, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and go back. If we ever want to go back there, we can, but for what reason that was placed, I have no idea, because there's no purpose for it. But let's go ahead and, before I forget, get Keelin some spells. I gotta see which one this guy is in particular. This is the all-purpose spell guy, so we'll go ahead and train her some of these. She already knows that. She doesn't know this. She doesn't know this, she doesn't know this, and she knows that adequately well enough, I think. But we may just get that one rank higher since gold cheapens the cost of XP. It'd be really nice to get Aileron's Alchemist up higher, but it's still very, very expensive, so I'm going to forego that. And we'll go around and take a look where we might find any more professors. Here's one in here to see what he has. This is the namer. Yes, she won't be able to learn any of these spells. I have brilliance, I have stupidity, I have teleportation, I have endurance, and I have weakness. Good. Alright. Was there a professor in here? There was not. And in here, nobody still. Nobody in the kitchen still. Back upstairs and learn some more magic on Keelin, particularly like Dragon Flames. I'm going to train that up as high as I can possibly get it. Alright, this room. You, sir, you're the Elementalist, yes? Yes. What about Lore Master? I could actually get my Lore Master slightly higher. No, I couldn't. It's too expensive. Alright, so Keelin. Immolation. We learned that on you. Dragon Flames, most certainly. And most of our XP is going to go to that, actually. But until then. Earth Smite, sure. Lightning, sure. And Wind, sure. Whoops. Accidentally trained that one higher, damn it. Oh well, no matter. Dragon Flames, let's get that up to a high level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that'll work for now, just so we have some left over for her to train other things, but 6 is a respectable level. Aileron only has 6 in Dragon Flames as well, so she is right about on par with us in terms of that, and same with Mirror, in fact. I think we have a mirror of 6. But anyway, Keelin, you have 27,000 XP left. We'll save all of that. And oops. The other room is Ardra's room. And she's not back in there since we portaled out, is she? No. So we will go upstairs. There's no rooms up here, is there? No. Alright. Let's get out of here. We're done. I may take a look around town in some of the shops for any more scrolls that I could possibly find. Probably do that after the funeral there. Alright, let's get out of here. Getting a cutscene? Nope. It is the middle of the night, which is unfortunate, but we'll get a night at the inn, and then we'll go and put Cradawgh to rest. In the morning, this guy walking around in the middle of the night. Alright guys, so I just got a night of rest at the inn, and we are gonna go get this funeral done and sorted. Pay our final respects to Cradawgh, a man who would have tried his best to help and save us had he not met with a tragic fate on his island. Chaos will surely pay for this deed, and that was our timer. But I've been lollygagging. I had to get up from the recording in the middle of it, so we'll go and get this out of the way, and then we'll call it good there. Sheridan, the hell are you doing here? Aileron, it's good to see you. And I'm surprised to see you. What brings you the Prince to Talawalk? Oh, that. A lot of boring trade agreements going back and forth between the council in Gwernia and the merchants here. You can't imagine the way commoners can drag down a treaty. Be glad you're not a prince. Believe me, I am. So what's new with you? Still poisoned? Why haven't we heard? The poison's gone, but I can't go home yet. Years ago, when the goblins attacked my village, I was left unnamed. Oh, that old story. You know the prophecy? Everyone knows it. It's complete nonsense. Don't tell me you fell for it. Look, why don't I tell the king you're just not ready to come back yet? Wait. What is it? I can't come back. I have to be named if I'm not named. What, will you drop down dead in the road? Will you grow wings and fly off to the next plane? Come on, Aileron. Weren't you named? Of course I'm named. I'm a prince, but in your case, what difference does it make? Who cares if you're named or not? Chaos. Chaos isn't dangerous. People don't like the minions, and they spread stories about them, that's all. How can you say that? Don't worry about them. They're just ugly, that's all. I'll see you back at the castle. No, that's not good at all. How are they in Gwernia? We're well. We miss you, of course, other than that. The goblins have gone away, the wizards are all happy again, the squires are training hard, and the king? I've never seen him so happy. He and Gabriel spend all their time eating. Doesn't sound like Gabriel. You know what I mean. Don't worry about us. Stay on the road as long as you like. Interesting. Have you seen Oriana? I know you're worried about her. Don't be. I see her all the time. She's fine. In fact, I plan to visit her as soon as I return. I'll tell her I saw you and that you're doing well. But I'm not doing well. I'll tell her you're well anyway. No, you can't lie to people like that. Tell her I'm doing my best and I'll see her soon. All right, I'll tell her that. See you at home. Interesting. But, I have bad news. The wizard Cradawgh is dead. Dead? How can that be? Why Cradawgh? These monsters, the minions. How dare they? A wizard? Sheridan, I know it's a shock. A shock? This is terrible news. I don't know who these minions think they are, but I promise you I'll look into this at once. Alright. Changed your tune pretty quick there, Sheridan, when we asked you the right questions, or told you the right news. Did you meet any creatures on the road? Creatures? There are no creatures on the road. Why should there be creatures? You must have seen them. Everywhere we go, there are monsters. You must be confused. There aren't any monsters. I'm sure you're imagining the whole thing. So Sheridan is in Talawalk, and he hasn't... Oh. Friends, this is a solemn day. Is there anyone here who will speak? Who honors Master Cradawgh's life? Who mourns his death? I will speak. Cradawgh, I will try to do you justice. Honor is the least of what this wizard deserves. Classmates we were, and our lives were intertwined until they were abruptly severed. I am ill-prepared to speak at this place. My students would find my lack of words humorous, no doubt, as would the man I seek to honor. Cradawgh's life was spent in service, and in service he died. This service was given freely to one he did not know, but whose life and goals he honored by his sacrifice. Young Alaron here was Cradawgh's unknowing charge, and truly honor that responsibility he did. Rabasat, for reasons unknown, had tried to wrest that most sacred responsibility from this wizard through means most foul. Succeed she did not. Alaron's life was preserved, but at a great cost to us all. Alaron, I charge you here and now to achieve such deeds, that in springs to come we shall deem the price we paid was worthwhile. My deeds will prove their worth, Master Bowden. I think they must. And they shall. Your confidence is noted, great wizard. And so this day the sky rains tears, whether the sun be out or no, for one who honored the sky and sun has gone beyond their call. The trees themselves struggle to stand tall and straight as yesterday they did. One of their true brethren has passed on to the land of spirit. Mirari have seen many dark days, and they dwell in their places underground, but this day they call out to open the windows and let the light in, as they can abide the dark no longer. That he has returned to his beloved Talawalk for this final farewell shows truly his heart had not left us. And so today we come to say a final farewell to Cradawgh, son of Bran, son of Sognan. We loved him well, but not nearly as well as he loved us. You are blessed. I see this much. It is truly a great mission you undertake. Fight well. Know the hopes of many travel with you. Requies in pace. Cradawgh, you were not long for this world, but I guess you did live a long time. A good life overall, I'd say. And just to be sure, have we lost the body? I think we probably have. Yeah. Looks to be the case. So that's taken care of. tie up that loose end. You know, Ardra said she would be willing to speak to us about what happened after the funeral was over. I think I am going to pay her a visit before we leave Talawalk. And it looks to be that she is not here anymore, which means that's it for Ardra's dialogue. I guess the game was just mistaken, or it was left out for whatever reason. That's fine. Alright guys, so it's at this point that we are at a crossroads of places that we can possibly go. We can head towards Terminor right now. The world, again, is our oyster in terms of the things that we do. Before we do any of that, before we go to Terminor, treasure has now unlocked, now that we have visited with Ardra and all that stuff, and I think it might also be due to the fact that we've been to the island and back, but new exciting loot has appeared in certain places in Aidyn, and there are certain chests we're going to want to go back to get. Also, we definitely want to take this time to backtrack and get Keelin's spells sorted out and whatnot for any of those, and also, you know, just it'll help us a bit more with XP, and we're kind of lacking that right now. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back towards Gwyrnia and then take a portal from there over to Araman and pick up anything that we left in those two places. I will show you all this in the next episode. It's probably going to take at least 2 episodes, I would suspect. We're going to check out the libraries, and we're back in town and all that jazz, just to see if anything has changed. Next episode we'll also go ahead and pick up Abrakin again to replace Artro. I think Artro has done more than enough to earn himself a knighthood, and though we can't knight him, I think he is well on his way to becoming one. And you know what? At this point, I'm sure Abrakin or Beacon would knight him, since they are in fact knights and they are qualified to do that. He has more than proved his worth in all of our trials and tribulations on the island, despite his terrible chances to hit. He was there through thick and thin, so he deserves a reward and a rest. And frankly, just from a mechanical standpoint, we just need better characters at this point. It's I can't be missing with the sword every other time, and Abrakin seemed to have been better than Artro at hitting with it, so until then, guys, I thank you for watching this episode. It might be a little bit long, but I will see you next time on Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles the First Mage. Looks like it's about to rain in-game. See you soon.